Greetings and welcome. Thank you so much for coming by and checking out the video, checking out the channel. My name is Kat Morgan, and this is your collective energy reading for the day. This is a open reading, so it is for everybody. However you find this, whenever you find it, it is timeless. So this is the information that you were needing, or maybe not even knowing that you're needing. Maybe you just happened to come across here because you saw the picture and it looked interesting. So, however you find this video, you are so welcome. Please come in, sit down, relax. This is a place where you can be authentically you. And that's what this channel is all about, is helping you become your most authentic self. We are all created as divine beings when we first come into this existence, and when we leave, we have that divinity still with us. It is always with us. We just lose contact with it sometimes. So I had a very interesting conversation last night with somebody online, and just the idea of knowing, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you really do have the option of changing who you are anytime. From this moment, you could decide right now, right this second. You don't have to wait until you wake up tomorrow morning. You don't have to wake up and wait until a new year or a new month or a new whatever. This moment, this next moment is a new moment. It is your future. It is ready for you whenever you are ready for it. All right. So the choice is up to you. What you want to do, what you choose. Everything is about what you decide that you are going to do. You are ultimately responsible for your life. And you are ultimately responsible for everything that happens in your 3D experience. We just have to remember that all those things that we see out there, it's just all part of the story. It's all part of our story that we are telling reality, that we are telling creation, who we are, our authentic selves. Whatever we are seeing reflected in reality is what we are putting out there. So if you're not happy with your reality, you can change it now. That's all I'm going to say about that. Our card for today is the Desert, which stands for Vision Quest. And I live in the American Southwest, out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. So of course, this looks very familiar to me, not necessarily around Albuquerque with these types of rock formations, but obviously they are all over the place around here. Anytime you go outside of town, you're going to come across them on any of the highways. They're between here and Arizona. They're full. Arizona is full of places that look like this. And there's some interesting things that are happening with the earth that helps these become what they are. And the desert has its own magic. All places that are on this earth have their own magic. The desert has its own very special magic. New Mexico is called the land of enchantment. Okay, that's our slogan. So take that for what you will. But I love this card. I love the openness and expanse. But we know that within these rock formations, a lot of times there's caves and stuff. There's all sorts of mystery. And a lot of times you'll find medicinal plants that the shamans will use out in the desert as well to help facilitate a vision quest. So today we are being invited to take that vision quest, to take our vision, what we want to see in our reality, and go get it. Go look for it. Go find it. If you don't know what it is, this is your card. It's telling you you have permission to do this. I haven't even looked in the book yet to see what the expanded reading says. And do remember that these are a little longer than normal, so if you're not comfortable yet, you better get comfortable. But let's take a look in the book and find out what it says about Desert Vision Quest, our energy reading for today. In this arid climate zone that we call desert, images shift and change throughout the day. yet always maintain a sharp and defined presence. Those hardy species of flora and fauna that have found a home in the desert have adapted over eons to the relative harshness that's a strong characteristic of these lands. Throughout history, we've passed down many stories of people wandering the desert. Often, they're about religious figures and ascended masters who had journeyed there and returned to their people with remarkable visions. The desert is an ideal place to seek a vision, or, more accurately, to allow a vision to come to you. The quiet and peace of such an environment is conducive to the solitude required to have this type of profound experience. Spending time in this region without the usual accoutrements of the civilized world can preserve survival challenges, or at least seem to. And this could rightfully be called a spirit quest, where through steadiness in this seemingly bleak environment, it becomes possible to receive direct guidance from spirit internally and in the world around you. A vision quest is a process whereby you spend a few days in the wilderness alone. Typically, you carry only water and some sacred items with you, and you spend most of the time praying or meditating. Many who have completed a vision quest assert that it is a powerful and even life-changing experience and report vivid and profound revelations. It is said that the desert does not lie, so partaking in this can help you discover the truth about your purpose, or at least give you some clues. It is time for you to go on a vision quest. Designate a place in nature in which to dwell, whether for a couple of hours or a few days. Spend the majority of your time while there praying and meditating. It is best to be in a location where you can truly find solitude, even if it is a quiet corner of a park for an afternoon. Wherever you go, take your question, concern, or challenge with you into prayer or meditation. Allow it to float around in your consciousness and watch what shows up. This is one of the most powerful cards. By drawing it, whatever other messages you may have received are amplified threefold. That's interesting. So if you're getting other readings from other channels, or you're looking at other readings on this channel, for example, today, or you saw them earlier, whatever those messages are, this card, this reading is amplifying your other one threefold. So good or ill, I don't know. Feel free to share in the comments if you'd like to do that. But that's very interesting. This is one of the most powerful cards. By drawing it, whatever other messages you may have received are amplified threefold. So as I suspected, we are being invited to go on a vision quest. As simply as I can state it, yes, just like that. And if there's a question, a challenge, something that you're not clear on, and this isn't giving you clarity, this card is not telling you which way to go, which choice to make, which decision, which path. It's not telling you that. It's telling you this is how to find the answer. This is how to find the information. And it's basically simply a matter of setting aside at a minimum, a couple of hours. If you have a weekend, this weekend would be an excellent time if you're reading this, if you're getting this reading on the day that it's posting. You can take right now, but you can take right now regardless. Find some time. I know you've got 2 hours somewhere in the next 72 hours. You've got 2 hours for you. If you don't have that, we need to revisit what your life is looking like, what you've got going on. If you can't find 2 hours, a block of 2 hours to set aside for yourself, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you set your alarm 2 hours early tomorrow and dedicate that time. Or if you decide you're going to go to bed 2 hours before you normally do, and you set your alarm for that, and at that 2 hour before mark, that alarm goes off, and you head straight into your bedroom, and you sit there on your bed, you have your candle going, you have your question, and you aren't doing anything else but just meditating on that question in silence, with nothing else going on. Maybe a piece of paper and pencil next to you. Okay? That's always a good idea. You're always encouraged to write down your thoughts. Sometimes just having that 2 hour period of time where you're just writing, whatever you want to write. And a lot of times not using the electronic devices to record these, not these videos, obviously. When you're doing that kind of meditation, having a piece of paper and a pencil, doing that mechanical operation with your hand, with your physical body, rather than typing on a computer. It's a different thing that's happening. It's a different part of your brain that's functioning between typing on a computer and handwriting with a pen on a piece of paper. So you are strongly encouraged to use paper and pencils or pens when you are doing your meditations rather than electronic devices. The electronic devices are just a different kind of energy. If you're looking for spirit guidance, if you're looking for that divine inspiration, that's the way you're going to find it, is without the electronics. They're a good aid, but it's got to come from your heart. It's got to come from your belly. Those two centers, your third and fourth chakras. Get your head out of it for the moment, because you've got to be grounded from your base chakra. A lot of times people just disregard the lower chakras as being insignificant, but it's like building a house without a foundation. If you don't have a good foundation for your spirit body with those lower chakras in alignment and strong and clear, if you don't have that set up for your foundation, your structure is going to crumble at the soonest, at the barest wind, at the slightest hint of trouble. It's going to come crashing down, and then we're so surprised because we don't know how that happened. Crazy, right? Lower chakras, super important. Ground your base. Have that sacral chakra, the second chakra, lined up with the base, where you're getting that connection, where you're getting that energy, where you're getting that feedback from the earth. And then you can take it and go with it. Okay? Gut and heart will show you the path. Mind will tell you the actions that need to follow. I'm going to cut it short. I love you. Have the most fantastic, amazing day. Ciao for now.